Let me show you how I bedazzled this melting makeup cleansing balm by Elf Cosmetics. You're going to need your cleansing balm. You're going to need a rhinestone glue and glue bottle holder. I use liquid fusion. You're also going to need rhinestones. I use transparent, clear, and white, and also a wax pencil. I started off by sanding my cleansing balm because you want to give it a little dull surface so that the rhinestones can adhere to the product better, and then you just wipe it with alcohol. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my foundation line, and that's basically my first line. You want this line to be straight as possible because I am doing a honeycomb method, and with the honeycomb method you're placing one rhinestone in between every two rhinestones to make it look like a honeycomb. And we want this to be straight as possible because it will show towards the end if the line isn't straight. So I'm just making that first initial line, and I'm going to let it dry a little bit so that it stays in place. Once I finish my first foundation line, I'm going to go ahead and do my next foundation line on the lid, and I'm using white rhinestones. And also for this project, I'm just using a size 5M rhinestone. I used it for the clear rhinestones and for the white rhinestones. But towards the end, at the top of the lid, I did use a couple of fillers. And also, if you notice, I make like a second row sometimes. I started. That's because I have excess glue and I just wanted to lay evenly and flat. So once I finish my foundation line, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start my honeycomb method. Once again, the honeycomb method is basically placing one rhinestone in between every two rhinestones. And I'm going to do this using my clear transparent rhinestones in the size 5M. I'm just going to go all the way down. I'm starting with the front of the makeup cleansing balm first, just to see how it is. And then it's going to basically tell me from here how many rows I'm going to need for the rest. A little pro tip, if you do like these small projects, I highly recommend using transparent rhinestones because you can get the look of a luxurious bedazzled item without breaking the bank. You only need one size, especially if it's like this kind of shape. You will only have to use a 5M size rhinestone, and you could get this done in easily less than an hour. I think it took me about 40 minutes, but it's definitely easier because you don't have to worry about those little small details or like different colors and different sizes. So this is what it looks like so far. You see, you can still see the elf logo and you could kind of see some of the details. That's why it's easier to use clear transparent rhinestones. And next I'm going to go ahead and do the white part of the lid with the 5M size white rhinestones. I could have used the clear rhinestones, but I just wanted to give it a little pizzazz and make it look a little more like realistic, because I think the blue was kind of transparent and I wanted to kind of see if you could see through it to see how full the makeup balm is, but you really can't tell unless you're really close. But I'm going to go ahead and do the top of the lid now. I'm just going in a circular motion, just going around the lid, placing one rhinestone, going around and around until I can't no more. And then I realized it was like a space in between the top of the lid and the side of the lid. So I had went in with like a size 3M size rhinestone off camera, but you will see it towards the end. But I'm just going to continue going around in a circle to complete the top of the lid. Once I get towards the end, that's when I use like maybe 2 or 3 filler stones. I believe it was 2 3M size rhinestones and 1 2M size rhinestone. It's really not needed because you're not really going to see that part. But if it does bother you, you could definitely use the filler stones. I also would recommend getting maybe a 3M rhinestone just for the top of the lid because it did have a big space, but not big enough for a 5M size rhinestone. And here is the final product, you could see where I went in and added that extra row. But let me know what you think in the comments and what I should bedazzle next. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.